What's up, YouTube? I'm SlakingRetaliation, and I'm here with my boy Buzz again for a second installment of Double Edge, the gaming podcast. Hello, Buzz.
Hello.
How was your day today, man?
Tiring?
Yeah, work. I know the
Yep.
feels. So basically what we're going to be talking about is the new announcement of Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun for the 3DS. I think this is going to be the last, actually, version of Pokemon for the 3DS ever because of the Switch. And we're basically going to be talking about three main topics. The new Pokemon game, any new Pokemon game on the Switch and what we want to see on it, and just why people hated the teaser, which was only a few seconds long. So the first thing that we want to be talking about is what we've seen really in the teaser. Like what does this show us? Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun. Like what did you see in that? Yeah, nothing.
All we saw was the different forms of what are the names? Solgaleo and Lunala.
Yeah, basically the legendaries from the game, right?
Yeah.
So all we've seen was that and like Pikachu's and cutscenes from the game that we've already seen. If you played it, you've already seen basically the entire teaser. But
yeah, if you've played it.
Yeah, if you played it. I haven't even beat the game, but you know, I can still have an opinion. I've played most of the game, so like that 10 to 15 seconds, I think people got so antsy about it because it wasn't a game on the Switch, right? Like, what would you want to see for a Pokemon game on the Switch? Like, would you want it to be top-down, 3D, like kind of the old style, or would you want it?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, you want it to be like open world, Breath of the Wild. But that's another thing too, because open world games are like, it's an oversaturated market at the moment, right? You have Fallout, you have Skyrim, you have all the MMOs which are out there, like ESO and all that shit.
Billion versions.
Yeah, there's a billion versions.
Skyrim.
You have like GTA 5, which is popping right now from RP servers, like all that shit. So I don't know if I want to say I want a linear like Pokemon game, not open world, just kind of what they have now, but graphics like they had for Breath of the Wild.
For the Switch.
Yeah, for the Switch. Like that's what I would want to see, right?
Yeah. So that would, honestly, a nice game like that, like nice graphics, like you said, somewhat linear, but also I want it to be linear, but also have that ability to free roam and explore.
Yeah. Well, I would want to free roam and explore after I finish the game, right? Like that's what's been happening forever, right? You have,
or what they can do, which they should have done so many times, is re-add the Battle Frontier, but you know that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, that's just been an ongoing topic with us, right? Is the end game, and that's what I would want to see in this new game when I do purchase it, because I do plan on purchasing it after my break from Pokemon. Did not play Black and White 2. Did not play X and Y and Z. That's what I want to see is that aspect in the end, that end game, right? Mm-hmm. That makes it replayable. And if they don't have that, if it's the same Battle Mason shit, like what was it in Sun and Moon? Like what was the end game? It was nothing, right? Yeah, it's a Battle Mason. I didn't even beat the game.
And there was that small, oh, you haven't gotten there yet, but it's like getting a small Ultra Beast post game.
Yeah, you just go around catching them, right?
It's very similar to the post game in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, we just go around catching like
stuff. Yeah,
Rayquaza and all that shit.
Something that'll keep you occupied for maybe an hour, and then after that, the game just sits and collects dust.
Well, Emerald kept me occupied for a while. You know that, right? Yeah. Fucking Rayquaza, fucking Groudon,
so many times.
Kyogre, oh my god. I replayed that over and over again, caught them over and over again. And there was, excluding the Battle Frontier, you can battle the gyms again. Like, I don't know if, can you battle the, what do you call it again? The captains and kahunas? Have you tried that?
I think there is like a small chance, but it's only one.
You can only do it once?
Yeah, like there's only one person per game that you can rebattle.
That's so stupid.
Yeah,
I remember in Emerald, like, you beat the Elite Four. You can go back to the gyms. It was only once per day, but you can go back to the gyms, and they'd be higher than the Elite Four previously, so they'd be like level 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Then you battle Elite Four again, and it would be like 80s, 70s. And that was, it was actually a challenge if you wanted to level up your Pokemon, right?
Yep.
But that's something I don't think we'll see in another version on the 3DS, since Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun look to be the last kind of version of Pokemon on the console, the 3DS.
Well, for all we know, it could still be, what they could do is they could either still release it for the 3DS, or another thing they can do is release it alongside a Switch copy of the game.
Yeah.
No, so you got that transitional period from the DS to Switch.
Yeah. And the 3DS, let's not underrate the 3DS here. The 3DS
I
was
love it.
one of the most successful consoles after the DS for Nintendo. Like, this was a huge seller. You have two 3DSs?
Yeah, I have a normal 3DS and I have a new 3DS XL.
Yeah, the XL. Yeah, I got the XL because I was a bit late to the party in 2014. Yeah. Speaking about the Switch, we kind of touched on it already, but haven't really went into it. Is what would you want to see on the Switch? Like, you mentioned open world, kind of linear.
You know what I want to see? Virtual console for the Switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you can play all the Pokemon games, even the spin-offs, like Mystery Dungeon.
Well, they're
like
slowly
they're
slowly adding like gold and silver, right? They're slowly adding that, but it's been incremental.
And that's the one, from what I've seen and talked to people about, people out of the Gen 2, people always prefer Crystal because it's completely different to Gold and Silver.
Yeah, what I would want to see on the Switch is kind of I can relate it to what was that game called? I can relate it to Final Fantasy X, because that was a huge linear game, but it was also open world once you beat it. You can go back and revisit places. That's what I want to see. That kind of world with like Breath of the Wild graphics, gyms re-added again. Maybe a Sinnoh remake, but that would be a cherry on top for me.
I think trial captains were just something just for, what's it called, Sun and Moon. Because how would that work in any other game?
It wouldn't work, because that's theme oriented, right?
So it was just going to be just for that region, that's it.
Yeah. That's what makes me kind of question even purchasing the new versions. It's still in the same setting, right?
Yeah.
So you're basically replaying the same game over again. Just alternate timeline.
Yeah, we can get to that later on, though.
Yeah, we can get to that later on. So the last thing I want to say about my version on the Switch is maybe if the gods allow it, if who the hell is the Nintendo guy? I know Miyamoto, is that the guy?
Yeah,
the Nintendo
Miyamoto.
President.
But
maybe
the president? Oh,
Yeah.
they have someone else.
They have someone else now?
Yeah, because the one that was in charge before passed away. I can't believe I forgot his name.
Oh yeah, Iwata.
Iwata, yeah.
Yeah.
But the main thing about Pokemon is it comes from Game Freak.
Yeah, it comes. Who's the
Game Freak?
Yeah, Game Freak. I'll just say
Junichi Masuda.
the Game Freak gods can bless us with a DP remake on the Switch.
It's gonna. Maybe not. You know what? Maybe, like I said, they might do it alongside.
If they skip it, man, I'm never buying a Nintendo game ever again, man. I just want to be blessed with a DP remake. Not next game. Maybe the game after, once the Switch is not ported.
I think what they should do with the next game, with the remakes, is release it with the Switch and the 3DS.
But I don't think they would put it on the 3DS. I think the 3DS won't have another Pokemon game ever. Like, if they're basing it off the Switch's capabilities, there's no point in...
After Gen 7, I don't think there's going to be any more for the 3DS. Unless, like I said, they split it. Like, they release it alongside each other.
Like, have all the virtual console shit on both things. There's no point in having just all the virtual console stuff on the Switch, have it on both the 3DS and the Switch. Like that's completely fine. But make a game off the Switch's capabilities. Like Breath of the Wild was a Wii U port. Like all these games are being ported over.
But you know what I think it was? That Breath of the Wild, it was originally made, this is what I think, it was originally made for the Switch, but because the Switch wasn't fully done being built, they had to release it on the Wii U.
I think it's the opposite. I think they fully intended for it to be a Wii U game.
No, I think they intended for it to be a launch title for the Switch.
Yeah, they probably. But I think it was more for Wii U capabilities,
because, like I said, the system wasn't like fully built yet, so they couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, they didn't really know what they had at the time, right?
Yeah.
And then once they were almost finished the game, they upgraded the graphics and stuff for the port to the Switch. There's a lot of ports. Have you seen that for the Switch? There's a lot of ports.
Yeah,
there's all the Wii U games ported to.
I'm just waiting for my what's it called? Waiting for my virtual console. So hopefully, because I linked my 3DS account with my Switch account, my Nintendo eShop account, I'm hoping that if they bring the virtual console to the Switch, which I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah, they will.
I'm hoping that because I bought it on the 3DS, I could download them on my Switch.
Because games aren't free on the virtual console, so that's still money for them for old games.
Unless you pay the yearly fee for it online, but even then you only get it for a short time.
Yeah, and the yearly fee is like $20, right? Like, that's nothing.
Yeah. That's nothing compared to other systems. Like at first I was like very skeptical about, oh great, now they're gonna be.
It's still peer-to-peer servers though. They don't even have dedicated servers, but the consoles don't even have dedicated servers, so it's the same for everything. I guess that's why you play on the PC though. Anyways, I think we're gonna get to our last topic here, because we're already a bit over the time I wanted for this video. But the last topic was, like, why did people bash on this like little 5-second teaser so much?
I'll tell you exactly why. People were, in their mind, they're all hyped. They're like, oh, because usually Nintendo releases a third game in this
usually
gen, right? But because last gen they didn't do it for Gen 6 for XY, there's no Z or Z, whatever. People were like, okay, maybe they're not going to do it for this. So on the announcement, they're going to announce Diamond and Pearl remake. So people in their mind had the thought, hey, Diamond Pearl remakes, and because they're let down in a way, they were hyped for Diamond Pearl remakes, but didn't receive the Diamond Pearl remakes because they're not there yet.
Yeah, I think it's kind of good that they waited off on any remake for the Switch or the 3DS, a DP remake, because it allows time for the Switch to actually get its foundation right. That was entirely important for a DP. I want it to be the best game it can possibly be. I want it to be like the best graphics ever for a Pokemon
But if it's on the Switch, you gotta buy one.
Yeah, I do. I know. Oh, trust me, if they ever announce it, it's gonna be in my house the next week.
There goes my next 2 checks.
Yeah. The next 3.5 weeks of work. R.I.P. Yeah, that's probably why people hated it, because they expected a Switch Pokemon game.
Yeah, another reason why I read online people were hating on it is because they're expecting it to be on the Switch.
They would be so stupid to put it on the Switch though. There was no point to put Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun for the Switch. Like all they could do basically for gameplay wise is just like add like the little Switch, I don't know what controls they have on the Switch, but add that shit.
And another thing people are complaining is people were complaining how it's a remake or a continuation, whatever the hell they want to call it. But what people don't understand is Nintendo has always done that.
There's always been
Since
a third
the beginning.
game. Yep.
Red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, pearl, platinum, black and white, black 2 and white 2. Only time they didn't do it was last gen. And another excuse I hear people say about shitting on it, like they say, oh, it's too soon. Ruby and Sapphire, at least in North America, came out in Japan it came out in 2002, right?
Yeah.
In Japan, it came out, okay, maybe 2 years. It's still, but there's other games like Gold and Silver, let's see, 1999, holy shit. In 2000, it came out, okay, Gold and Silver came out in 2000 in North America, right? Or US, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. But Pokemon Crystal came out a year after. Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like, It came out October 15th in 2000, and Crystal came out in July 29th, 2001. That was like not even that far of a gap. Less than the gap than what the next one's coming out.
I can't understand how people are complaining about a new game. Like, it's new.
It's a new game.
I know.
It's a Pokemon game we can play. Like,
if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Like, Nintendo doesn't give a shit if you don't buy it.
But it's the internet. People complain. They don't care.
I for one, the new game was okay. Sun and Moon was okay to me. It wasn't the greatest game. I know you liked it a lot.
You
but
talked about it in the last one.
Yeah, it was okay for me, but I'm still gonna buy the new one.
Yeah.
I don't even give a shit. I'm gonna buy it.
Another example is Black and White, Black 2 and White 2. The story in Black 2 and White 2 was ridiculous. Like, it was so good. I can only imagine what they're going to do for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, especially if it's an alternate timeline. And the whole sense of Pokemon Sun and Moon, the whole gen, is about, I don't know if you've gotten to that point yet, but it's all about alternate dimensions.
Yeah, I got to that point. I'm
Like
basically
Ultra
almost done.
Yeah, the Ultra Beasts are from an alternate dimension. The Aether Foundation, it's all that.
It's
So
evil. Evil, I tell you.
I can see why they made Sun and Ultra Moon like an alternate timeline. It makes sense with
Yeah,
what's going
maybe
on.
Aether Foundation's actually good this time.
Yeah.
Maybe,
We don't know.
what was the...
Maybe
Team
there's
Skull
another group.
is actually
Yeah,
good
maybe
this time?
Maybe there's another group of baddies now.
Yeah, Team Magma.
Like, there's Team Aether, and there's Team Aether. There might be some, like, secret Aether Foundation that is completely different from the
Yeah, like
main Aether.
like kind of a splinter group, right?
Yeah.
Like, that would be cool, right? Like an alternate
That would be
timeline.
awesome.
Maybe the professor is actually the mastermind behind all the evil in the world.
knows?
Who knows?
One thing I'm looking forward to in this next game is I want to see if there's any new Alolan forms, like good ones. Like not 10,000 feet long neck Executor, right?
Or Totem
want-
as a legendary.
Yeah, like I just want nice new Alolan forms, maybe even a new Mega. I doubt it, but you never know. I know for sure there's going to be new Z moves, because that's like the main thing.
Yeah, Z moves. I don't think that will be a return feature in any other Pokemon
No,
games.
it might be, but it won't be, like, X and Y Mega Evolution was the main point of it, right?
Yeah.
But Mega Evolution's carried on into Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like,
Yeah,
Z
but
moves aren't
I'm
nothing.
pretty sure in the next gen, there's going to be Z moves and Megas. But I think Megas are going to be, like, the
Z moves
number
aren't
one
even
thing.
viable in competitive Pokemon, but that's an entirely another
Yeah, that's
video.
another thing we can talk about. And another thing I'm looking forward to is the different character designs and the different customization. Because I looked at the new the new character design. I haven't looked at both of them, but I
The
can already
screenshots,
tell
basically.
it's completely, it's gonna be amazing. Because in Sun and Moon, it was so plain, the default.
Yeah, and there wasn't very
In
much
this
like
one,
character design, right?
yeah,
couple
in
hats.
This one, hang on, let me see. I'm gonna send you this, and then maybe you can like superimpose it or put it on the.
I'll put it on my OBS.
Yeah. Like, look, that design right there, that's a million times better than what the default one was for the male trainer in Sun and
Yeah.
Moon. 100%. And I'm pretty sure the female one looks also very different.
Yeah. I like the swimming shorts on that one.
Yeah. And one thing another thing I'm looking forward to is I want to know the story on how. Do you know who Necrozma is? Have you encountered Necrozma yet?
Necrozma.
He's an Ultra Beast. If you haven't done the Ultra Beast part of the game yet, then you won't know.
No, I haven't encountered him.
Okay. So I want to know. This might be spoiler for you because you haven't beaten it. Just so you know.
Yeah.
But I want to bring it up. I want to know the story on how Necrozma got fused with Solgaleo and Lunala.
Oh, that's their
That's
new
right.
versions, right?
Yeah, and it's similar to what Black 2 and White 2 was. The story was so good, and you had the fusion of the two legendaries, right?
Oh, another
Yeah.
another thing people would say, it's, oh my god, it's a copy. It's a copy of Black and White 2, man.
I don't care. That whole setup right there, I have feelings is going to make for such a good story. Even if there's no good post-game, if the story was really good, the characters were good, everything about it,
You take your
I wouldn't
time.
be upset. Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if there's a really crappy post-game. because Nintendo caters to the competitive side of Pokemon. When, for me, from what I've picked up, not
The
many
vast
people
majority
play
of
Pokemon.
players.
Yeah, they don't give two shits
Yeah.
about online competitive battle. Give
Yeah.
us some fun post game, like I said, Battle Frontier, Emerald. I spent so long trying to beat that Battle Frontier. I still haven't.
I still have no. The only one I beat was the pyramid one. That's the only one I beat.
That one I can't. That's the worst one.
I got lucky with that one. That's a long ass story though.
What? So, how do you feel about the game? Are you looking forward to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon?
I mean, it's a kind of a. I'm not really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what it is, like seeing more from it, and then I'll have my better opinion. But at the moment, it's a game I'll buy.
Yeah.
Probably a game I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, hype, like that. But it is a game I plan to buy. It is a game I plan to pay.
From what I've done ever since I've been like following Pokemon since I don't know how long, God knows how long. But I don't get hyped for a game until I get more information about it.
Yeah.
Like
all
this
the
teaser, the only reason why I'm excited for this next game is it's another Pokemon game. That's all there is.
Imagine if this was like a Fallout 5 teaser, everyone would be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Fallout
It
5.
just, that's the thing. Hype kills games.
It does.
But
The
that's
prime
another
example,
topic we
No
can-
Man's Sky, man.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. That's another thing we can get into. We can make a whole new video about it.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, are you looking forward to the game? Like, what's your opinion?
But I just want to see. I'm looking forward to because, like I said, it's another Pokemon game. But I just want to see what they add and what changes. That's what I want to see, and that'll get me excited, and that'll help me choose what game I want.
Just the curiosity about, well, like, what's the alternate timeline?
Yeah. It's
What does that even mean
I
to
think it's going to be
Nintendo
a
too?
great story. That's just me. I think it's going to be a great story.
What does an alternate timeline even mean to them? Like you
Exactly.
don't even know if it's gonna be like all the stuff we said. Maybe it's this boring ass like different
Who
story
knows?
in the
There's
same
not enough
island.
information about it.
I know this is an alternate timeline. Woo!
But I like the idea of an alternate timeline, which is pretty much...
In our idea, it sounds cool, but you never
Yeah.
know if that's gonna be the case.
Okay, I don't know if it's for sure, but I think if I'm not wrong, the timeline between Black and White and Black 2 and White 2, I think Black 2 and White 2 was an alternate timeline. I don't know. Like, I played it, but I just haven't remembered it.
Is this a
But
game
if it's-
theory?
if-
Official
No.
game theory?
No, because Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 came out a long time ago. I don't know if it's like it's according like chronologically a few years after the events of Black and White, or if it's like an alternate timeline, right?
Yeah.
And if it was an alternate timeline, then I have a feeling Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is going to have a nice story. That's just me. But like I said, there's not enough information about it for me to get hyped for it.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see an official trailer, like a couple minutes long. More information about the game,
I mean,
more
it's
Pokemon
coming out.
designs, and we'll base our opinions off that, right?
Yeah.
You have to have the full story before you actually write it down, right?
Yeah, you can't just write it down. You can't.
Yeah, and have an entire like Grammy fucking award-winning book, right? Just off the
Yeah.
top of your head, you have to actually put in the time and effort to
Yeah.
research and
Even like
and find out.
I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm excited because it's not a Pokemon game, but I don't know about the actual game itself if it's gonna be enjoyable or not. Either way, I'm gonna buy it because it's Pokemon and I love Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon game. You gotta buy it, man.
Yeah.
And some people, they just take a break from it. Like, I know a few people who just take a break from Pokemon. Maybe it's like an extensive break, like 10 years, 15 years from like the first games to
Yeah.
Sun and Moon. I took a couple years breaks and I'm ready for a game, right? Like some people are like, I don't even want to see another Sun and Moon game, man. I don't want to see it, but you gotta take a break if you don't want to see it, right? And hope for
another
the next big thing.
because it's an alternate timeline. For all we know, there could be gyms in it. Like we don't know.
This could be... Oh my god, I have a game theory right here, man. Are you gonna listen to it?
Say that for your own video. Make it another.
No, this is a
This
short
has been
game
going
theory,
on
man.
For way too long.
Yo. For all the DP people, an alternate timeline means it's gonna be on the Switch and it's gonna be a DP remake. Whew. It's just the names are different, man. And that's pretty much it for today. Once again,
That's that.
I'm SlakingRetaliation with my boy Buzz.
Hello, bye-bye. Have a goodbye.
Have an amazing day, everyone. And don't
Bye-bye.
forget to keep on retaliating. Bye-bye.